When faced with an unexpected and challenging situation, where do you turn? Local author Paul Freeman has written an inspirational book based on his own experiences that he hopes is going to help others cope. Please welcome Dr. Paul Freeman to the show.
Thank you.
Paul, I appreciate you being here. This is a powerful story and an emotional one. You've been through a lot in this book. You talk about your story.
Yes.
Tell us a little about yourself.
Well, first of all, I'm born and raised Jacksonville, Florida. I'm married to Vivian Freeman. I have 3 daughters, Ariana, Ashlyn, and Anaya. And once again, just a local author trying to promote my story.
And when did you realize writing was something that you wanted to do?
I would say I realized maybe 3-4 years ago. I realized that writing was my gift, and then I wanted to utilize that gift to be a voice of hope, a voice of inspiration, a voice of encouragement for others, because I think we all experience unexpected situations and challenges, and I just wanted to use my gift to encourage people to push through those challenging moments.
And we'll talk about the story and your wife and what she's going through and what your family's been through. But did this book almost in some ways, was it a little cathartic and therapeutic for you to write?
It was very, very therapeutic because it allowed me to get a lot of feelings out, a lot of emotions out, a lot of things that I have just endured and encountered for the past 13 and a half years now. So it was definitely a source of therapy for me.
So for the folks at home, the last 13 years, tell people about your wife and the story that you've been through.
For the last
and still going through.
Still going through. For the last 13 years, I should say when the kids were 1, 3, and 5, my wife, Vivian, was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. She has a very severe case of it, and so when confronted with the situation, it definitely brought on some challenges as a husband and as a father, and it has forced me, because she's totally disabled now. She resides in a nursing home, very little speech. She's on a feeding tube, and she actually has no mobility. So it presented some challenges as a husband and father, because I was forced to operate as a single, in the capacity of a single parent, while trying to care for a disabled spouse at the same time. But the book talks about that, and then the book, it encourages readers that I share those moments, but then at the end I try to encourage readers based on how I push through those challenging moments. I try to give them hope and encouragement, just to say, hey, whatever your situation is, don't give up, don't lose hope, because you can make it through.
Yeah, and those times, early on, I'm sure, you seem to be obviously handling it much better now, and
Yes.
you feel like you're on the good side of it. But your wife, how's she doing right now?
I mean, she's doing as well as can be. The thing about Vivian is that she always has a positive spirit. I mean, if you were to go by the nursing home and see her, I mean, she would smile, because she just tries to keep an upbeat spirit, although she's faced with a very challenging situation.
So your daughters, how have they through this whole process? Obviously, they were young when it happened, and through this whole process of the last 13 years, how have they helped you get through
I think my daughters are my source of motivation, because at the end of the day, I realized that I have to be there for them, because they were young, they were kids, and so I couldn't give up. So they were the thing. My daughters. They are what helped me push through, because I knew that they were dependent on me.
And so we talked, and you were talking about we talked about the now, living in the now, and focusing on those times where you're laying in bed and just don't want to get out of bed. What got you to say, look, I can get through today?
I think what got me is that I realized that even if I stayed in bed all day, even if I allowed myself to get so depressed that I felt like I couldn't move, I realized that would not change anything about Vivian. That would not make Vivian be able to get up and walk again. Yeah. So being depressed, being down, I knew I couldn't stay there, because that was not going to change the situation. So I had to find a way to push through, that challenging moment.
Truly inspirational story. Tell people real quick, we're out of time, and I could talk forever with you. Where can people get a copy of your book?
Right now, the easiest place to go is go to my website, drpaulfreeman.net. That's drpaulfreeman.net. And I have links on the website to where you can purchase the book from. And
you have a book signing Saturday,
Yes.
September 12th at Doubletree Hotel?
Yes, at the airport.
Okay.
That was previously the Clarion Hotel,
Okay.
so I'll be there this Saturday from 4 to 7, and then Sunday at Abyssinia.
Thank you so much for being here, Dr. Freeman. You can find his book, Ambushed, an Uplifting Story by Determined Man, on his website, www.drpaulfreeman.net.